creative visualization, seeing yourself already in possession of everything your definite purpose encompasses. See yourself living the life you are creating, surrounded by the success you are building, experiencing the joy of complete alignment between who you are and who you were born to be. But this is not mere fantasy. This is mental rehearsal. This is programming your mind to recognize and seize the opportunities that will make your vision reality. Ray Kroc visualized McDonald's restaurants spreading across the nation before he owned a single location, before he had the capital to expand, before anyone believed in his vision except himself. His visualization was so vivid, so detailed, so emotionally charged that it became more real to him than his current circumstances. And this mental reality eventually became his physical reality. But visualization without action is nothing more than elaborate daydreaming, and action without proper association is like trying to build a fire in the rain. This brings us to one of the most crucial elements of your transformation. You must carefully choose who you allow into your inner circle, who you trust with your dreams, who you permit to influence your thinking. The old you surrounded yourself with people who shared your limitations, who reinforced your doubts, who celebrated your mediocrity because it made them comfortable with their own. But you are not the old you. You are becoming someone who understands that you will inevitably become like the people with whom you spend the most time, and therefore you must be extremely selective about your associations. Andrew Carnegie built his fortune not just through his own efforts, but through his mastermind group of brilliant minds who shared his vision and complemented his abilities. He understood that no one achieves great success alone, that every significant accomplishment requires the cooperation and assistance of others who are aligned with your purpose and committed to your success. I command you to identify at least 3 people who embody the qualities you are developing, who have achieved what you intend to achieve, who think at a higher level than you currently think. These people may not yet know you exist, but you must study them, learn from them, model their habits and their thinking patterns, read their words, understand their principles, adopt their disciplines as your own. More importantly, you must begin to distance yourself from those who would hold you back, who criticize your ambitions, who suggest that your goals are unrealistic or that you should be satisfied with less than your heart desires. This does not mean you must be cruel or unkind, but it does mean you must protect your mental environment with the same vigilance that you would protect your physical health. Your mind is constantly being influenced by every conversation, every opinion, every attitude you encounter. If you spend your time with people who complain about their circumstances instead of changing them, who make excuses instead of making progress, who settle for mediocrity instead of pursuing excellence, then their thinking will become your thinking. Their limitations will become your limitations. But if you align yourself with those who think bigger, who demand more of themselves, who refuse to accept anything less than their full potential, then their energy will lift you, their example will inspire you, their success will prove to you that what they have accomplished, you can accomplish as well. Say this aloud with absolute conviction. I choose my associations carefully because I understand that I become like those with whom I spend my time. I surround myself only with those who support my growth, who challenge me to become better, who believe in my potential even when I struggle to believe in it myself. This principle of careful association extends beyond just the people in your immediate environment. It includes every book you read, every piece of information you consume, every influence you allow into your mental space. The old you consumed whatever was easiest, whatever was entertaining, whatever required the least effort to understand, but you are not the old you. You are becoming someone who feeds your mind only with that which serves your definite purpose and supports your transformation. Charles Schwab became one of the wealthiest men of his era not through accident or luck, but through his relentless commitment to learning from those who had achieved what he wanted to achieve. He studied successful men, he read their thoughts, he absorbed their principles, he adopted their strategies as his own. His mind became a repository of success principles that guided every major decision of his life. Your mind, too, must become such a repository, filled not with the random noise of popular culture, but with the concentrated wisdom of those who have built what you intend to build, who have become what you intend to become. Every book you read should make you stronger. Every conversation should make you wiser. Every piece of information you consume should move you closer to your definite purpose. But knowledge without application is merely intellectual entertainment. And this brings us to perhaps the most crucial element of your transformation, the absolute necessity of taking action, even when you do not feel ready, even when you do not have all the answers, even when fear whispers that you should wait for better circumstances. The old you waited for permission, waited for guarantees, waited for the perfect moment that never comes. But you are not the old you. You are becoming someone who understands that action creates clarity, that movement generates momentum, that the path appears only as you begin to walk it. Henry Ford did not wait until he had perfected the automobile before he began manufacturing. He began manufacturing and perfected the automobile through the process. Colonel Sanders did not wait until he had a perfect restaurant chain before he approached investors. He approached investors and built the restaurant chain through the process. Every great achievement in history has been accomplished by those who were willing to begin before they felt ready. I command you to take one specific action today, right now, immediately after you absorb these words, that moves you measurably closer to your definite purpose. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more prepared, but today, while the fire of transformation burns hot in your chest. The action does not need to be perfect, it does not need to be complete, it simply needs to be taken. This action might be writing a letter you have been avoiding, starting a project you have been planning, reaching out to someone who could help you, investing money in your growth, or simply speaking your commitment aloud to someone who will hold you accountable. The specific action matters less than the fact that you take action, that you prove to yourself and to the universe that you are serious about your transformation. The old you would have found a reason to delay, would have convinced yourself that you need to prepare more, learn more, plan more before taking action. But you are not the old you. You are becoming someone who understands that preparation has its place, but it cannot become a substitute for action. It cannot become an excuse for avoiding the discomfort of actually doing what must be done. Walt Disney did not create his empire by planning endlessly. He created it by beginning with a simple cartoon mouse and taking action after action after action, even when critics said his ideas were too unrealistic, even when investors said his dreams were too expensive, even when circumstances seemed stacked against his success. Your circumstances, too, may seem challenging. Your resources may seem limited. Your obstacles may seem insurmountable. But circumstances do not determine your destiny. Your response to circumstances determines your destiny. Resources are not the key to success. Resourcefulness is the key to success. Obstacles are not roadblocks. Obstacles are simply problems waiting for solutions, and problems are opportunities for those who have developed the mental strength to see them clearly. This mental strength comes not from avoiding difficulty, but from facing difficulty with the certainty that every challenge makes you stronger, every setback teaches you something valuable, every failure brings you closer to the success that is inevitable when you refuse to quit. The old you saw obstacles as reasons to give up, as evidence that your goals were unrealistic. But you are not the old you. You are becoming someone who sees obstacles as opportunities to prove your commitment, as chances to develop the character necessary to handle the success that is coming. John D. Rockefeller faced countless obstacles on his path to becoming the wealthiest man in America, from economic panics to government regulations to fierce competitors who wanted to destroy his business. But each obstacle only strengthened his resolve, only clarified his vision, only proved to him that he was on the right path, because worthwhile goals always attract opposition from those who benefit from the status quo. Your goals, too, will attract opposition from those who doubt your ability, from those who fear your success, from those who profit from your mediocrity. This opposition is not evidence that you should change your goals. It is evidence that your goals are significant enough to threaten the comfortable assumptions of those who have settled for less than their potential. Say this aloud with the fierce conviction of a warrior: I welcome opposition because it proves my goals are worthy. I embrace obstacles because they make me stronger. I persist through every challenge because I am committed to becoming who I am meant to be, regardless of the cost, regardless of the time required,